Hi, everybody. I don't know if anybody gonna come on, cause per usual, I'm Randall. Hi, hi. You coming? Come on, come on, come on. Got the time? Come on, come on. I'm exhausted. I ain't gonna hold y'all up. I'm tired, tired for real. I forced myself to put on a little makeup, some color, some lipstick. I'm tired. I am tired. I ain't really got to show y'all my hair though, but. hmm. Long hair don't care. Ooh. So I'm just gonna start talking. You know what? I'm realizing I don't feel like nothing is worth talking about other than, surrounded around Bible topics. Um, and I guess because I just feel like it's the truth. And no matter what we're going through, whatever people is going through, either you're going to be encouraged or yeah. So you can be encouraged in the right direction or you can be encouraged in the wrong direction. And so my goal is to encourage people in the right direction because life is hard. It is hard. I don't care who you are or what you have, what you don't have, what you're going through, what you're not going through. We all have our seasons. We all have, different things that we're dealing with. And I think that's where like people just say things like just be kind. Because we all need love. I don't care who you are. No matter no matter what, you need love. And that's why Jehovah is love. God is love. And that's something that we need. We all respond to it. We all respond to love and patience. And people be fighting and dealing with things that we can't even imagine. We can't even imagine that that person that we know is going through that or they're dealing with that. And when we do find out that that's what they're dealing with, we're almost stunned, we're almost in complete shock. And that's a lot of what people is dealing with, that they have that internal battle, they have that battle that they feel like they can't speak about, that they can't really get real help with, that nobody should know about, nobody could know about. And it's really anything that can be traumatizing. And I'm not bringing it up or anything like to try to bring up anybody's anything. I promise you I'm not. Um, but it is a real thing. And me being a Jehovah's Witness, me talking to people all the time, me just being the person that I am, and me even dealing with the things that I've had to deal with, that I had to go through in my own life, it's real. That's the best way to put it. It's real. And so, I don't know. I just hope to see a lot of people start to go through changes, start the process of rejecting the negative things that may be impacting their lives, and making the necessary changes and decisions, because it's time. It's time. And it can mean everything. It can mean everlasting life, or it can mean destruction. So it is not something to just play around with. It's not something to be like sugarcoating or um, necessarily. I mean, a little babying and soothing and everything, but just a little, just a little is just a little, because too much sympathy, mm-mm, it don't get the job done. It doesn't help anyone. So, I'm tired. But my friend, she asked me in specific, why I keep telling people to start a garden, why I keep telling people to, start planting food and everything. And if you're here in the U.S. and you don't garden or you don't anything like me, I don't. I'm used to actually going to work, working my butt off. For honestly, since I've can remember since I started working, this is the most I've ever just sat down, and I'm exhausted. This is the most I've ever sat down. At the beginning of the pandemic, that's when I actually really just started focusing on what I really wanted personally, and starting my business and learning the necessary steps and stuff, because I always had this dream. I always had this, vision of what I wanted for my life and the kind of career or job that I wanted. And I would just write it down. And along the way, I forgot about it, because life, it was just happening for me. And the pandemic actually forced me to rest and take the time to really figure out what was going on with me, what I needed to do. And at the time when it first happened, I guess I would say I felt like it was putting a stunt or a hurt on my life, because I was already struggling. I was already, in a position where I wasn't making enough money. I was already behind in debt. You name it. Like, it was just so much already. And I didn't know how I was going to pay my bills. I didn't know how, I was going to do A to Z. I had no clue. And only thing I knew is hold on to Jehovah, cling to him. It was time, like, I had no money, none. Couldn't get up and go to work. I was already underpaid, tired, just exhausted. And nothing I was doing was working. And so here it was. Now I couldn't go to work at all. And my job wasn't paying us unemployment. Um, they, man, thinking about it, it was lipstick. It, God. So yeah, things just start happening. Getting stimulus checks and everything out of nowhere, lifesavers. Um, just for as long as I can remember, as long as I relied on Jehovah, as long as I prayed to Jehovah, even if I didn't know how, even if it seemed like it wasn't going to happen, even if it seemed like I made the wrong choice by trusting in Him, as long as I did that, it always ended up working out in my favor. So I'm a strong believer, and anything I say is not coming from me. It's coming from the Bible, and it's coming from personal experience or experiences that I have witnessed, or, just from what I know. So, people, we got to build faith. We really do. And we're living in a time where it's not about to get easier. And when I say not about to get easier, I mean it's not going to get easier to build faith. It's just something that's constantly in motion. It's something that we constantly have to work on every single day. And certain things, I do hate saying it, because once I say it, it's like I get put to the test. I personally get put to the test to see, like, hey, do you really believe this? Is this is really what you're rooting for. This is really what you're saying. And it's always been that way. So, don't y'all ever see me get on here crying or see me online crying or something, just pray for me. Just pray for me. But I say this to say mainly like coming to encourage. I'm coming to just speak the truth because it can really mean somebody's life. And all these bad things that's coming is leading to better. It's leading to good things. It's leading to what's going to be real happiness. All those things. Uh, little mama, go play. So, my friend, she asked me, like I said, why I keep talking about, starting a garden and all that stuff and everything. So, the time period that we're living in, I'm going to go ahead and flip my screen if I find it. I don't know where it's at, but I'm reading off my tablet, so I'm just going to read it. It's from Matthews 24, and I'm just going to start at verse 6. And matter of fact, you know what? I'm going to go verse 3. It says, while he was sitting on the Mount of Olives, the disciples approached him privately, saying, tell us, when will these things be? And what will be the sign of your presence and of the conclusion of the system of things? In answer, Jesus said to them, look out that no one mislead you. For many will come on the basis of my name, saying, I am the Christ, and will mislead many. You are going to hear of wars and reports of wars. See that you are not alarmed, for these things must take place, but the end is not yet. For nation will rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there will be food shortages and earthquakes in one place after another. All these things are a beginning of pains of distress. So you can keep reading in the chapter and continue to go down, and you'll see like part of what's happening too is going to be the good news of the kingdom being preached. So I'm just going to click on where it says food shortages. And it refers to the book of Acts, chapter 11:28. Then it goes to Revelation 6, verses 5 and 6. And Revelations chapter 6, verse 8. So I'm going to read the account in Revelations. First, Revelation 6, verse 5 and 6. It says, when he opened the third seal, I heard the third living creature say, come. And I saw and look, a black horse. And the one seated on it had a pair of scales in his hands. I heard what sounded like, I clicked on it. I heard what sounded like a voice in the midst of the four living creatures saying, a quart of wheat for a denarius, and 3 quarts of barley for a denarius, and do not harm the olive oil and the wine. So this scripture here at Revelations chapter 6, verse 5 and 6, the black horse represents food shortage. So with food shortage is coming with that scale. So either it's a scale, food shortage, right? So it's not going to be balanced. It's not going to be even. And then it says a quart of wheat for a denarius and 3 quarts of barley for a denarius. In Bible times, a denarius represented a day's wage. So if we take that and correlate that to our time period and say if it takes a day's wage to pay for a loaf of bread or 3 quarts, 3 days' wage to pay for something, how much is that? So in view of most people, what is a day's wage? Bread is already anywhere from, well, real bread, $4, $5 a loaf. Minimum wage is anywhere from what, 9, 16, $15, depending on your field. So can any family or household survive off of one loaf of bread? It's not even. It doesn't add up. It doesn't calculate. And then if you follow the farmers, you follow those that are providing the food, they're telling us the cost is going up for them to feed the cattle. The cost has gone up. The cost of, as a matter of fact, not even just the cost, them burning down the food supply factories, lipstick again, all the stuff that's going on that, we're not sitting up just making it up. We can see it. We can see, I can remember when 2006, I was talking to one of my classmates, and he was like, his father was a weatherologist, and he was like, earthquakes had increased 3 times the amount of average. So I can't even imagine, what it's increased since that time. That was in 2006. So looking at even the storms and things that's happening, the things that's happening in the earth, we can't deny it. So even if you don't have like a giant field or anything like that, it's like, just do something. Do something. How long does it take for a tree to grow? If you plant it today and you look up years from now, assuming that it actually had an opportunity to grow, do you think you'll regret it? Same thing with a garden, just having little bits and things that grow quickly or easily. If you do that, do you think you'll regret it? So, me personally, I'm starting little by little because it's work. I don't want to do it, y'all. I don't. I don't want to do it. I promise y'all I don't. But I know it'll be beneficial, and I know that, no matter where my life take me personally or what I do, that I'm not going to regret doing it. So, same thing with talking about the Bible and everything. I'm not going to regret it because it's the truth. It's the truth. So, I'm not perfect. Don't look at me as perfect. I'm not. I'm just trying. So, no matter what you're going through in life and what's happening with you, keep trying. Keep going. You know, brush the haters off. Keep going. Do what you know is right. And if what you think is right is wrong, correct it. Do what's right. So, I feel better, y'all. I like getting out here talking to y'all about the Bible. I like that. I'm telling y'all, I was exhausted. I ain't had no energy. Like, my cat, he chilling in the car. Look at him. He came and sat down. But yes, um, so I got company. I'm gonna go ahead and get off here. I'm gonna upload it on YouTube. So if you didn't see the whole thing, then you can watch it on YouTube. Dynamic Girl Beauty. Um, everything Dynamic Girl Beauty. I Heart Tia Tia, and I'll see y'all there. Bye.